Hey friends, this is Bobby Shanks with Shanks Realty Group, and this is another episode of Kitchen Talk. Okay, over the next 3 weeks, we are going to talk about the 3 primary negotiation strategies that I use for my buyers to win homes in this competitive market. All right, we're gonna jump right into it. Week number 1, here we go. So this is very typical. This is probably what you've heard about, but I'm going to be very specific about what the verbiage is that you can anticipate seeing if you're buying a home or if you're selling a home in today's market. And that is what's called an escalation clause. So in a special agreement section of a contract, an escalation clause would read something like this. In the event that a buyer is in a multiple offer situation, this buyer will up their purchase price in increments of $1,000 up to, and then you would state, $5,000, $10,000, or even $25,000 over whatever the list price is. And then it would go on to say, if there is multiple offers, listing broker will provide confidential copy of next best offer, competing offer, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So basically this is an escalation clause where you as a person buying a home or you as someone who's selling a home and you're receiving this offer will see this verbiage in the special agreements. Now, here's the thing that's tricky. I had a house here recently that was priced at $200,000, right? So I'm not talking about $50,000 homes. I'm not talking about $1 million homes. These are just good old, everyday, all-American homes that we all buy and own and live in. Priced the home at $200,000. We had 14 offers. 12 of the 14 had escalation clauses, and the other 2 were cash offers, but they were no good. So you have to have a realtor who is well-versed, very experienced, in my opinion, at knowing how to analyze the data against 12 out of 14 offers, put them in a spreadsheet with column headers for purchase price, appraisal, inspections, or how much earnest money, when is the closing date, all of this data that will be necessary for you to be able to actually make an intelligent decision, because somebody could be the best offer, but that may not be the offer you accept. So for example, in this home I listed where we had 14 offers, we actually took the 3rd best offer and it closed. And the reason why we took the 3rd best offer is because the other 2 offers, we know that on the 2 highest offer that the buyer's agents were inflating beyond reasonable expectation of what the potential was for the home being appraised for. So we actually went with the 3rd offer, which offered a higher down payment, and we negotiated that offer to include, in addition to the escalation clause, but to also remove the buyer's appraisal rider. Now look, this gets super technical. We're not going to go into that level of detail. So escalation clauses, strategy number 1, week number 1. Stay tuned for next week because we're going to talk about and introduce a whole other and even more complex and graduated level of negotiating to buy a home in today's market. See you next week.